What's up, YouTube? JR Juggernaut 1 here. It's almost 2 a.m. I know I shouldn't be up making this video, but I promised you guys a vid before YCS Toronto, and quite frankly, I am a dumbass. So, yeah, that's pretty much how this is gonna happen. I really hope you guys can watch my previous video, just because I really want some thoughts on that. I've only had one comment on it so far, so that's really not good. It kind of makes me just want to make a new channel even more if this is how little people seem to care about it, but I guess that's kind of another video in a sense, or just another topic. Well, basically, I want to talk about the 3 decks I would pick as like decks that I think are most likely to win for the 3 decks I think are most likely to win YCS Toronto. However, this video is mostly to talk about decks that are in terms of standard meta decks. I'm not going to talk about decks that are like rogue or potential rogue deck ideas because, quite frankly, there's too many decks to count. There's so many different possibilities with this format. I'd rather talk about the decks that we're expecting to find that are going to be played in mass numbers, etc. Okay. Now I'm going to get my first pick out of the way, and by the way, this is in no particular order. I don't have one favorite. There's just 3 I think that are, I'm just picking 3. The first one, since I'm just gonna get out of the way, is agents. I'm not going to be specific in terms of agents, but I will say if I had to pick a build that I would run over all others, I would pick the TG agent, the Tech Genus agents that has been seeing a lot of play in both the OCG and the TCG. Quite frankly, I think agents are a great deck. They've been a powerful deck, but they definitely gained more momentum from the fact that other decks were slowed down. I think honestly this deck is sort of like Light Sworns, but not as explosive and much more consistent. So I feel like it's way more worth it to play. I mean, they have freaking Hyperion, which is just a boss. They have they have a lot of different ways of creating advantage for themselves, which is why the deck has done so well. But in this new format now, they just have more potential. There's just, I feel like this is just a better format for them, at least for now. The only downside is that there will be a lot of hate at YCS Toronto for this deck, just because when Tour Guide was huge, for just a bunch of reasons, this deck is going to be players are going to be prepared, so it won't have that element of surprise. But again, it has a lot of great ass monsters in the deck, so it's still worth playing. The second deck I want to talk about, because I honestly did not think I was going to be talking about this deck, but I changed my mind, Gladiator Beasts. I know what people are thinking. I must be high. The Gladiator Beasts are not good this format, because Heavy Storm's around, and Triple MST, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me explain something to you guys. Gladiator Beasts still have the power to control. If there's going to be a control deck that wins, we know it's going to be Gladiator Beasts. It's a deck that can control the pace of the game while also being able to make aggressive pushes. This aspect is huge, and people need to realize that. I'm not going to say that this deck is going to be popular for a while, but I definitely would say, this is the beginning of the format. Gladiator Beasts always have an opportunity, even if people are going, I feel like maybe this time people are going to be expecting it even less. But the deck has more viability thanks to A Hero Lives. It forces the player to pay half their life points, but it makes Geyser's play so much easier. One of the questions I was asked one day was, my friend asked me, he wanted to know if he should play 2 Warning, in spite of the fact, or better yet, any warning for that matter, knowing that he'd be playing 2 Hero Lives, and his warnings would be basically dead if he got both of them off. I mean, it's up to the player, but that's one of my concerns in terms of consistency. Can you really play both, aspects of it? So, I'm not sure. It's tough, but ultimately, I feel like this deck might do well, and there will be some element of surprise with it, but we shall see. let me see. What was the third pick? Because I'm struggling right now to remember because it was just I've had a lot on my mind tonight. Third deck. Oh right, I'm just going to kind of go with standard chaos in this one, guys. I don't know why. I'm just there's going to be a bunch of different chaos related decks, but I'm basically saying I think a deck that revolves around removal and bringing out Chaos Sorcerer and BLS. Those decks are going to be very powerful. They'll have more momentum thanks to 2 Tragodia, 2 Necroguard. There's just a lot that can be done with it, but I haven't really found a build. There might also be a way to incorporate it with a Destiny Hero engine, but again, this is just something I'm not quite sure of at the moment. So it'll be a matter of time. Those are mostly my 3 picks. I don't have a favorite, but I feel like Agents of those 3 has the best chance. I'm just saying, to me, I feel like but the point of this video is I want to also explain, I feel like there's just going to be a lot of surprise that comes with this YCS. There's going to be a lot of decks we're not going to be expecting to see. I feel like this meta is much more unpredictable compared to the meta we had last year's YCS Toronto. Last year's YCS Toronto, we sort of knew what was coming. We knew X-Sabers would still be played. We knew Infernities would still see a little bit of play. Though, to be fair, this was like the only YCS, if I remember correctly, where more than one Infernity deck topped. And on top of that, we had just a better sense of what decks were going to be becoming more powerful, more viable. X-Sabers weren't like... True, the X-Sabers, it was only like that for this one YCS, but still, I'm just looking at it as, there was some level of certainty. Now, I think we just don't know. Too many... The changes to the ban list, I think, were much more drastic, to the point where, we don't really know what is going to happen. Someone could make a revolutionary deck that's going to be huge. But we shall see. So yeah, that's basically it. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, which you think is going to win. I'm sorry, I'm just so tired and lacking while I'm doing this. I'm going to try and be making a few different videos that will be going on my friends' channels. So stay tuned for that. I'm really trying to be quick about doing that, but it's hard at the moment. Again, hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, it's just a lot going on, but I'll see you guys. Peace.